beneath the world, past the roots of mountains, the graves of kings, down where the rivers run black as oil, and the dark itself has teeth. The gates of hell stood open for me, broken gold and twisted bone, as if the devil had heard my footsteps. Long before I crossed his throne, he sat in fire with a smile, hands folded gentle in the glow, and said, "You crossed through earth and heaven. Tell me, boy, how far will you go?" I said, "Take my crown, take my kingdoms, take the blood still on my hands. I have buried words to find her. Name your price, and I will pay." He laughed like thunder in a graveyard. He laughed like he already knew. He raised his hand and whispered, "Very well, she belongs to you." So I walked through halls of ash and sorrow, past the souls I left behind. Every city, every angel, every ruin crossed my mind. Then there you were beside the river, pale beneath the crimson sky. The same soft face, the same sad eyes, the same reason I had learned to die. You turned to me, you said my name, and every wound inside me closed. I fell into your arms, then trembling, and last I wasn't alone. The fires were still, the bells stopped ringing. For one brief moment, all was right, and maybe every broken kingdom had finally
NFL draft night.
I kissed your hair and swore I'd never let you go. I know the world had ended for us. I did not know it still had one more blow. A flash of silver, a breath, a knife beneath my ribs.
We'll get into it shortly, Eli.
Unbelieving, your hands still trembling on the hills. Your eyes were full of tears and horror, as if you hated what you'd done. You whispered, "I'm sorry," and the world went quiet. I fell against you in the darkness, the blood like roses on your breast. The devil smiled somewhere behind us, the shadow washing in the red. And all at once I saw it clearly, the burning gates, the broken gates, the kings I slew, the angels fallen, blackened by my hate. All of it for this, for a dream with a knife in its hand. Now I lie here in the ashes, in the ruin I made, with your tears falling on my face like rain upon a shallow grave. And I don't know if I was wrong, or if there was ever any other road. I don't know if I was a monster or just a man who loved too much. I don't know if the world was cruel, or if I was. I don't know who I am anymore.
La 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 la.
Anything left of me beyond you? Who am I when you're gone?
All right, everyone. Are we excited for the NFL draft? Let's go! Whoa! Buddy! All right. Spam your team in the chat. Eli, I see you in the chat. Sam, I see you in the chat. We got 7 minutes left. We're going to make some draft predictions. Let's see. Browns aren't going to get nothing. They're going to get something tonight, Eli. They're going to get something tonight. My prediction, they're going to walk away with Cardell Tate tonight. The Cleveland Browns are walking away with Cardell Tate. They're going to get a receiver. They need a receiver. Can you even name one receiver on the Browns right now? And it's not a cap space issue. Players are all structured on rookie deals, already pretty much built in. So, yeah, they don't have to worry about that. Sam Bradford is the reason why those rookie scale deals got put in place, because the Rams back in the day, they overpaid for Sam Bradford, and the league said, all right, we got to do about these rookie deals. And ever since then, they kind of kept the cap on those. So, Cardell Tate, he's the wide receiver from Ohio State. He's the best wide receiver in all of college football. He's never dropped a pass in his high school career or his college career. He has never dropped a single pass. He's an excellent receiver. So when you think about other Ohio State receivers who have been in the league recently, there's Chris Olave for the Saints, Garrett Wilson for the Jets, Marvin Harrison Jr. for the Cardinals. Ohio State is a wide receiver factory, and I believe Cardell Tate will stay in the state of Ohio and be drafted to the Cleveland Browns tonight. That's on my mock draft. I built out an entire mock draft. And, honestly, it could fall apart with the second pick. I'm pretty sure everybody already knows Fernando Mendoza is going to the Raiders with the number 1 pick. After that, things could get crazy because the Jets are at number 2. And we all know the Jets are a terrible organization. We have no idea what the Jets will do. They'll probably draft a pass rusher. And I don't know which one, though. That's the thing. They got their pick, basically, a pass rusher. So I'm watching ESPN right now. I'm on the ESPN broadcast. Right now, they're talking about, could the Cowboys draft a wide receiver? Not only would that be stupid, that is stupid to even ask the question. Okay? Because the Cowboys already have CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. They need help on defense. Bad. Let me guess. Probably pass rush because they don't have Micah Parsons anymore. So some of these people that come up with this crap, they don't know what they're talking about. They just don't know what the hell they're talking about. I do hear a lot of interest. My inside sources do hear a lot of interest. But the Cowboys want to move up in this draft, and they'll need to find a willing trading partner to move up. I'm not sure who they'll move up for or with, but we'll have to see. We're 2 minutes and 15 seconds away from this draft getting underway. Now, when we talk about quarterbacks, this is not a heavy quarterback draft at all. Mendoza is clearly the number 1 pick. After that, we might have one other quarterback go in the first round, and that's Ty Simpson. The question will be, will he be there at 16 for the Jets? Who is it? What do you say? Yeah, Fernando Mendoza is the number one pick. He'll be the number one pick. But no, Ty Simpson, the Alabama quarterback, he might go in the first round, maybe even to the Jets at 16, because the Jets have 2 first-round picks. The Falcons, Broncos, Packers, Colts, Jags, and Bills have no first-round picks, by the way. 0. We will not see them tonight unless they trade into the first round. And the reason why the Jets have multiple first-round picks is because, remember, they traded Sauce Gardner to the Colts. So they could go defense, offense, but they don't want to take Ty Simpson at 2. They think maybe they could get him at 16. If the Jets don't take Ty Simpson at 16, I'm not sure what they're doing. They're probably tanking. Because certainly Geno Smith is not the answer. Be interesting to see what the Cardinals do. The Cardinals I don't think they're drafting Ty Simpson at 3 either. I don't think they're that interested in him, the 3rd overall pick. But could the Cardinals do what the Giants last year when the Giants got Jackson Dart? What they could do is the Cardinals try to move back into the first round with a 2nd first-round pick and then go get Ty Simpson. Cardinals also need a quarterback. Bottom line is this, guys. The Raiders, Jets, and Cardinals need quarterbacks. There's only 2 guys here that are going to be starters, and the Raiders are getting one of them. Okay, Raiders are getting Mendoza. So either the Jets or the Cardinals are ending up with Ty Simpson. Just the question is, who's going to buy first? Who's going to trade up to ahead of the other one? Or who's going to reach for him? Because the deal with Ty Simpson is he only played like 1 year of college starting. He has an experience issue. Either way, he'll probably be sitting behind. The Cardinals have Gardner Minshew, and the Jets have Geno Smith. Now, I truly believe the Jets are just an awful organization, and they're just going to be bad next year anyway, no matter what they do. I believe the Cardinals might be purposely looking to tank, and they may not be interested in Ty Simpson. They may want to tank this first year of the new head coach and then go try to get Arch Manning in 2027. And then I don't think the Dolphins are tanking. I think they want to win. They just don't have any cap space, so they've had to tear it down to the studs, and they're hoping that Malik Willis is actually good. Yeah, the Jets have been bad a long time. I actually remember in 2009 and in 2010, they went to back-to-back AFC championship games, believe it or not. And since then, they haven't made the playoffs. They're not trying to tank, but they're going to be bad. And Geno Smith will only be there a year, and Aaron Glenn will get fired. And they'll be the number 1 pick in 2027. I can almost see it now. Unless the Cardinals completely make sure they go 0-17. Because somebody wants Arch Manning in 2027. Somebody's getting Arch Manning in 2027. The commissioner's up there right now. I need to put closed captioning on so I can hear what they're saying. Let's see. Closed captioning. Okay, because I can't play the sound. I tried to do a short earlier today, and it was removed from YouTube because of audio, music. The short let me pick out. I picked out the song Smoking in the Boys' Room for the short because I was going to talk about how the UK imposed a law about banning cigarettes if you're born after 2009 and going forward. But YouTube took my short down right away due to music, even though it was on their own fucking website in the short that let me put it up to begin with. So I'm irritated with YouTube right now. And I'm just no longer like, they're so fucking butthurt about music. Like music and any sound, any music, anything copyright at all, immediately everything gets fucking taken down instantly. Even if I try to transform it. So there's no more background music in any of my videos. Every video game, I'm going to the settings and turning off music. No fucking shorts will ever have music on them again. I'm fucking tired of YouTube's bullshit with music, man. I can't do any karaoke streams because of them. Fuck them. And the UK is making PlayStation players do age verification. Fuck the UK also. The United Kingdom is full of a bunch of pussies. And if half their laws got passed in the United States, we'd have a goddamn revolution in this country. But here we go. They're in Pittsburgh. Roger Goodell's up there saying the Steelers are the greatest franchise in NFL history. But yet, don't forget, the Patriots had the same number of Super Bowls as them, and they've been to more Super Bowls, which means they've won more AFC championship games. So don't tell me the Steelers are the greatest franchise in NFL history. The greatest franchise in NFL history, if you take the whole history of the NFL, is probably the Packers. But if you take the Super Bowl era, it's the Patriots. I'm not getting replaced, but I am getting the new Assassin's Creed 4. Yeah, that's good enough remake. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, I thought you said, are you getting AC4 and replaced? I see you said resynced. My bad. I thought you were asking about replaced. Whoops. My bad. Yeah, resynced. I don't really love the title of this, but you know, I do like this remake. I'm actually excited for it. Okay, here's another thing that pisses me off, and I'll say this about the draft. We already know who the first pick is. Okay, why do we have to announce the Raiders are on the clock? Everybody in the world knows who they're gonna pick. That first pick, that envelope should already be handed in, ready to go, right after the commissioner says, all right, we have the first pick. Here it is. Now the second pick is on the clock. But instead, we're going to have to sit here, pomp and circumstance, for 7.5 minutes, just waiting. And if you're the Raiders, why make us wait? Dude, I swear to God, the draft takes too long sometimes. We're going to be here like 3 to 4 hours. And I'll also say this. I don't know what the hubbub is about why people want to go to the draft in person. You're not watching a fucking game. You're watching players getting named. You know, in fact, the only reason I'm doing this live stream to do this is because I think it makes it more interesting and I could give my insight into what I'm thinking about the draft. Because honestly, the last few years, I haven't watched the NFL draft. It's fucking boring. Eli says, I hope it sells well enough to get more ACE remakes. I always say this, man. Remakes are cool, but I want new. I want new stuff. Like, or even remasters, right? Like Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door remastered was freaking great. It held up so well, and it was such a great game. It was so nice to revisit it. But I would rather take a new Paper Mario that's really just in that style with totally different characters and story and everything. Right? I would rather this be a new Assassin's Creed that was as awesome as Black Flag was, but new. Instead, it could be worst case scenario. This could be an Assassin's Creed that it has sort of the setting and the story of the original Black Flag, but since all the gameplay is like newer Assassin's Creed and RPG like, the game actually ends up sucking somehow. And that's worst case scenario. Let's see. What does Sam say? Under the Tracks, Trader Joe's. Okay. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam. If I get 10 likes tonight, should I take my shirt off? Yes or no in the chat. 10 likes tonight, take my shirt off? If the chat says no, I won't do it. All right, let's see what Mr. Brady and the rest of the Raiders organization, who they decided to pick. I imagine who. Wow, Mendoza had 97 RPO dropbacks last year. That's the most in college football. I am not the biggest fan of the RPO. If I had to say what Mendoza's like, Mendoza reminds me of a little more athletic Sam Darnold. You know, to me, that's always the vibe I got, was that he's a more athletic Sam Darnold. So, just going to a tough division. The Raiders pick is in. We're waiting for the announcement. Actually, right now they're comparing him to Drew Bledsoe. He basically has the same height and weight of Drew Bledsoe. They're both like 6'5" and 236, like 6'5" and 236 pounds. So that's the closest quarterback that he mimics as far as size go is Drew Bledsoe. So right now that's a good comp. I never thought about him being like Drew Bledsoe, but you're right. I do see the similarities. I would have said Sam Darnold as far as I was thinking of like current QBs. Mendoza decided not to be at the actual draft area. He stayed at home, surrounded by friends and family. And he's a good kid. You know, he'll always be a legend for what he did at Indiana with the 16-0 season this year and the Heisman Trophy and the national championship. But we'll see what the his pro days write about his history. Roger Goodell is announcing the first pick of the draft. He says, with the first pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Fernando Mendoza, quarterback from Indiana. No surprise there. So we're going to keep track of how right I am, guys. I'm 1 for 1 so far. Mendoza is heading to the Raiders. The silver and black. Good for him. Good for him. All right, this is where stuff gets interesting, guys. The Jets are on the clock. There's so many ways it could go. But I believe they're going to pick David Bailey, the edge rusher from Texas Tech. David Bailey, Texas Tech. That's who I'm going to the Jets next. We're going to see if that's what they do. But I think David Bailey would be the pick here. Come here. Okay. What do you think? What do you think? You think the Jets should pick David Bailey? They have a reporter at Mendoza's house. That's fucked up. He wanted to be away from the media, friends and family, but then they got a reporter there. Okay. Hold on one sec. All right. David Bailey. Well, the Jets are a really dumb organization. So don't be surprised if they do something really stupid here. This is the Jets we're talking about. Jets. Jets, Jets. There's a lot of people. I don't know. We'll see. I was debating David Bailey, Arvell Reese, David Bailey, Arvell Reese. I went David Bailey. All right, the pick is in. All right. Come on, Goodell. Get your ass up there. Yeah, they could go so many ways with this. There's a lot of pass rushers in this draft, actually. Lord knows the Jets could use anything, really. Every position needs upgraded. I mean, David Bailey had 14.5 sacks last year at Texas Tech. Come on. Make the pick. I want to go 2 for 2. So many Ohio State players, by the way, are going high in this draft. I will say that. All right. With the second pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select David Bailey! David Bailey! Oh my goodness. I'm 2 for 2. I'm 2 for 2, guys. David Bailey. Oh, man. 2 for 2, man. Yo, I'm 2 for 2 in my mock draft. Mendoza and then David Bailey. Let's go. Let's go. 2 for 2. Cardinals are up next. Oh, man. Whew. All right. All right, let me think here. Because, I have to make, these are my, live picks. So if it doesn't, all go according to plan, I need to, shuffle it up. Although it is going according to plan so far. I'm gonna think the Cardinals are going offensive tackle here. I think you need to address the offensive line. So I'm gonna say Francis Mauigoa from Miami, the tackle. Because the bottom line is this: whether you're going with Gardner Minshew or you're going with Ty Simpson, you need to protect the quarterback. Kyler Murray was not protected very well for the Cardinals. So I'm going to say Francis Mauigoa, the top offensive tackle in the draft. I think that's what the Cardinals are going to go with. I could be dead wrong here. I'm saying the further you get into the draft, the harder it will be to decide. But so far, 2 for 2. Oh. Less than 2 minutes for the Cardinals. They're still on the clock. The pick's not in. Metro games, I've dabbled in them. A little here, a little there. Yeah, what'd be crazy, Eli? If I correctly predict the entire first round. Oh, you love them? So, they got that new one coming out. Also, guys, don't forget the New York Giants. They have pick 5 and pick 10 because of the Dexter Lawrence deal to the Bengals. The pick is in for the Cardinals. I have Francis Mauigoa. Well, I can't say his name right, but offensive tackle from the Miami Hurricanes. I'm 2 for 2 so far. Let's see if we can make it 3 for 3. I think the Cardinals should address offensive line. They need their left tackle of the future. No matter who their quarterback is, you have to guard. You have to protect the quarterback. I see Mel Kiper's all in on Jeremiah Love being the pick, the running back. I don't think so. I think you need to build your offensive line before you build around a running back. I mean, look at what happened to Ashton Jeanty. You know he's talented for the Raiders, but they didn't have the offensive line in front of him, so he did not perform as well as what you would want from a pick that high for a running back. This would be even higher if the Cardinals reach for Jeremiah Love. I think they want Francis Moriaga, the offensive tackle. That's my prediction. They need help on the O-line. The pick is in. Here comes Goodell. 2 for 2 so far. Let's see if we can make it 3 for 3. With the third pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cardinals select Jeremiah Love, running back Notre Dame. Oh, no. Oh, no. I should have known. Oh, man. I don't know, man. He is a good player, but, man, your offensive line, though. Oh, I was going to have him going to the Titans at 4 or 2. Oh, just blew up my board. So that's all it takes is just one mistake. Now the whole board could be messed up. So in college, Jeremiah Love had 18 times he had a rush of over 20 yards. Only Saquon Barkley in his college career had more with 19 in recent running backs. So, okay, so what are we going to do then? The Titans are up next. I think we're gonna double down on them picking O-line then. If the Cardinals took Jeremiah Love away, now the Titans should go ahead and pick Francis Mauigoa, whatever. Because you do have a young quarterback, and you want to protect Cam Ward. Matt, let me tell you something. The Cardinals are about to run the shit out of Jeremiah Love. Because they have Gardner Minshew's their starting quarterback right now. Okay. They're going to run the crap out of him behind a bad O-line. He's going to get his ass whooped in the league. Like, I don't know if this was the right move. Jeremiah Love's a great running back. Okay. I don't think that's Saquon Barkley walking through the door. I don't think that's Christian McCaffrey walking through the door. I still think Ashton Jeanty could be better. Number 3 on a running back? Man, they're so a dime a dozen, Peach and Rosalina are now canonically sisters. Yeah, they are. I mean, it's interesting, but yeah, they found a way to make it happen. Well, the Titans pick is in. Again, I'm going to, for the second pick in a row, I'm going to try to pound the drum for Francis Mauigoa from Miami because you need an offensive tackle. You got to protect the quarterback. And he's the top tackle in the draft. By the way, with Jeremiah Love going to the Cardinals, he is the first running back to be taken in the top 5 since Saquon Barkley back in 2018 with the Giants. So, and again, I thought Jeremiah Love was going to go 4th anyway. But now we'll flip it. We'll have Mauigoa go to the Titans. I think the important thing for the Titans here and why I'm going offense is you want to help your young quarterback develop, right? You want to keep him upright, not knocked down on his butt. You know, it would have been nice to get Jeremiah Love at running back, but maybe you lucked yourself into getting the top tackle of the draft. Robert Saleh getting a second crack at being a head coach after getting fired from the Jets during the Aaron Rodgers debacle. We'll see if he can be any good for the Titans here. Now, Saleh is a defensive guy. Could he have been pounding the drum for a defensive player? Maybe, but I think you have to go offense here. You got to help out Cam Ward, okay? You need to put all your resources in that offense. Help out your young quarterback. And here I would be helping him with offensive line protection. All right, let's see. With the 4th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Carnell Tate. Oh, no, Eli. Oh, that's some bad news for you, brother. That's bad news. Oh, man. The Titans did want to help out Cam Ward. They helped him out by giving him the best receiver in the draft. The Titans got Carnell Tate. Oh, he didn't make it to the Browns. Shoot, God darn it. That's some bull job right there. I did not expect that. So we have seen it. We have seen, to be fair, these are not like horrible picks, right? Like Carnell Tate's a great receiver. We've seen the best quarterback go off the board, the best defensive player go off the board, the best running back go off the board, and the best receiver go off the board. So again, am I going to triple down and say the Giants go O-line? I'm waiting for the best offensive lineman to come off the board. Do I need to triple down on this? I am. I'm down. I think they're going Francis Mauigoa. This is the 3rd time in a row I've said Francis Mauigoa is getting picked. I think the Giants are going to pick him. In fact, the Giants pick is already in. Carnell Tate still up there. The Giants must have immediately handed in their envelope. I feel this does happen sometimes when you do mock drafts. When you do mock drafts and you think one guy's going somewhere, like I do at Mauigoa, and then he doesn't, and you keep doubling and tripling down thinking he's going to the next team, and then he doesn't, that sucks. The Browns could still get a good receiver. Jordan Tyson, who I had going to the Chiefs at 9 originally, Jordan Tyson will be there at 6, but he's not as good as Carnell Tate. All right, I got a YouTube comment. I'm not sure what video is on. Yo, what's up in the chat there? Let's see. I got a YouTube comment. I was going to read. It's on a different video. Maybe if YouTube will let me. But yeah, I'm going to triple down on Francis Miyawaga being the next pick. Someone's got to take the best O-line. Somebody has to take him, right? You need to protect Jackson Dart. Got hurt last year. All right, so I did get a new comment on my Mummy video. They said, laugh out loud, unironically, I think the large portion of those bad reviews are because pirate sites had it uploaded as the wrong movie for a while. Instead, it was some low-budget movie also called The Mummy. I thought the actual Lee Cronin's The Mummy was pretty good. Somewhat Evil Dead vibes. People going to be talking about the toenail scene. Oh, gosh. Okay, so we commented on that. All right, what else we got going on? It's commercial right now. The Giants pick is in, so we're going to commercial. So oh man, what do you guys think the Giants should go? Should the Giants go defense, or should they go O-line? I think they're going to split it because they had the 5th pick and the 10th pick. One of these picks is going to be offense. One of these picks is going to be defense. We've seen a lot of offense come off the board, so you almost feel like you better get your offense now and get your defense at the 10th pick. Yeah, no, if I were your Browns, Eli, I would consider trading down. Trade down, get more picks, and still draft a receiver. Jordan Tyson might be a bit of a reach at 6. Yeah, I really didn't expect to see Cardell Tate come off the board at 4. I really didn't expect it. I didn't see any mock drafts taking him that high. Like, I seen mock drafts take him as high as 5 to the Giants. Oh, what I just said just happened. What I just said just happened, by the way. I said the Browns might consider trading down. They just did. The Browns have traded down. I'm getting some breaking news on that. I'm hearing the Browns are trading down with Kansas City. The Chiefs will be moving up to the 6th spot, and the Browns are moving back to the 9 spot. And I'm curious what the details of this trade are. That means the Chiefs see somebody at 6 they really want. The Browns and the Chiefs have just struck a deal, according to Adam Schefter. Did the Browns get the other Chiefs' first-round pick at 29? All right, well, they're going to do the Giants pick first here. So, yeah, this is crazy. This could get crazy here in a second. It makes me really curious. Who are the Chiefs wanting at 6 so badly that they traded up with the Browns? All right, they're doing this. Come on, get on with the pick. We don't need all this bull. They always bring up these special fans to make these picks. Dude, nobody gives a fuck. Just do the pick. With the 5th overall pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Arvell Reese, linebacker, Ohio State. Wow. There's a lot of people who thought he could have went second to the Jets. He ends up in the Big Apple anyway, going to the Giants. I mean, look, guys, I gotta be honest. The Giants they did get rid of Dexter Lawrence, right? To have 2 first-round picks. But they have kind of a scary pass rush already. Okay? This is like throwing gas on a fire when it comes to that pass rush. They already had a good pass rush, even without Dexter Lawrence. And they're really doubling, tripling down on the pass rush here. Okay, is the rumor not true? I heard that the Browns are trading their pick to the Chiefs. But the Browns are on the clock. No, they are. The Browns are trading their pick. The Cleveland Browns have officially traded their pick to the Kansas City Chiefs. Who did the Chiefs want? Okay, so here's the details. The Chiefs are giving away their 9th, 74th, and 148th pick to get the Browns' number 6 pick. So they're giving up a couple mid-round picks here to move up a few spots. Browns must feel like they could get Jordan Tyson at 9 anyway. I think the Browns won this trade. You move a few spots back and you add a few more picks to your repertoire. I am super curious who the Chiefs are taking here because I think I'm going to say they take Ruben Bain. For them to move up to 6, they must have been worried Washington would take him or the Saints would take him. I'm going to say the Chiefs are going for Ruben Bain. All right, well, we're still waiting to see what happens here. All right, come on. Let's get on with it. Yeah, the Browns have been shopping the pick for weeks, and they found a taker in the Kansas City Chiefs who were willing to give up this year's 3rd-round pick and 5th-round pick in addition to their 9th pick to move up to the 6th pick. I think this is a W for the Browns. All right. With the 6th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Mansour Delane, defensive back, LSU. So, yeah, I don't know if you missed this part, Eli, but your Browns traded the pick away to the Chiefs. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know if you heard that one or not, but Browns won that trade, by the way. By the way, the Cleveland Browns just completely had your lunch. They took the 3rd round pick and the 5th round pick, only moved a few spots back, and you moved up to get a corner, a position what you pretty much you gave away to the Rams already. I don't understand what you guys are doing. I don't. By the way, the Cleveland Browns just completely had your lunch. They took the 3rd round pick and the 5th round pick, only moved a few spots back, and you moved up to get a corner, a position what you pretty much you gave away to the Rams already. I don't understand what you guys are doing. I'm very confused. Delane would have been there at 9. Delane would have been there at 9. I had Delane going mid-first round in my mock draft. What the world is happening? Okay, I'm going to say Washington is taking Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what you guys think. Do you think Delane would have been there at 9? Because I think he would. I think he would have been there at 9 anyway. Eli, your Browns just robbed the Chiefs, man. You know that, right? You got an extra 3rd round pick. You got an extra 5th round pick. You're still sitting there at number 9. Your Browns just robbed the Chiefs. How do you like that? Yeah, I think this was good for you. I think Jordan Tyson's still going to be there for you at 9. I think he will be. That's where I had Jordan Tyson going to. I had Jordan Tyson going to the Chiefs at 9. Now Washington's coming up. I think has to be Sonny Styles. I think Washington has got to go defense, man. And they need a guy like in the center of that defense, has the rock of that defense, and that would be Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State. So, Washington's pick is in. Commissioner's up at the podium. Lynn Swann and Jerome Bettis is up there with them. Hall of Famers for the Steelers. With the 7th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State. We called it. All right, we got 3 picks right now. We had a lot of swings and misses after picks 1 and 2, but we hit on that one. We hit on that one. Sonny Styles to the Commanders. 6'5", 244 pounds. Hello, Sam. What's up? This guy is a pure, awesome middle linebacker. He can make tackles. That's what Washington needs to do. They need to tackle the ball carrier better. The Saints pick is in, by the way, at number 8. I'm going to go ahead and predict Ruben Bain right here. That's who I had on my draft board originally, was Ruben Bain to the Saints. You're in the Forest Temple on Twilight Princess. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I always looked at Twilight Princess, and I know this upsets some people if I say this. I always viewed Twilight Princess as just the better Ocarina of Time. It's a little different than Ocarina of Time, obviously. I just think it's the better Ocarina of Time. So let's see what the Saints will do here. They could go O-line. They could go receiver. They could go, that would help their young quarterback out, Tyler Shook. But I've had Ruben Bain to the Saints since my first mock draft. I think he's a steal 8, honestly. He's a good pass rusher. Yeah, Sonny Styles is the kind of guy for Washington, by the way. This is a guy that's going to be in the league 10 years. This is a guy that's going to be Pro Bowls for you. This is a guy that he's going to be around. He has low potential of busting. Like, there's a lot of these pass rushers, they're going to pan out. But this middle linebacker, he's consistent. He's going to be around. He's got that kind of skill set, top end wise, he could be Bobby Wagner. But bottom end wise, he could be a 5-10 year starter in this league. Right? I wear my Tom Brady shirt when he won the 7th Super Bowl. So, yeah, again, I'm thinking Ruben Bain here would be the Saints pick. Again, they can go many directions here. We still have the top tight ends off the board. The top offensive lineman's not off the board. I can make a case for any number. The Saints have a lot of needs, okay? They may look at it and be like, why do we want the 5th best pass rusher when we could get the best O lineman or the 2nd best receiver or the best tight end? They may look at it that way. But I don't understand that. I'm still flabbergasted and dumbfounded by why the Chiefs traded up for Delane. That is the top corner in the draft. I think he would have been there at 9. I do. It doesn't make a lot of sense because they got rid of a whole bunch of their secondary. I know they needed help in the secondary. But they just traded away more picks to end up with a guy that probably isn't better than McDuffie. Weird. Very just weird. We've already seen a number of Ohio State guys get drafted. We've already seen Arvell Reese get drafted. Sonny Styles get drafted. We've seen Carnell Tate get drafted. Caleb Downs is still out there. He's the top safety of the draft. Will he go next to the Saints? That's something to consider. Like I said, the Saints could go so many different directions with this pick. It's crazy. And don't get me wrong, the Chiefs picking Mansour Delane, he was definitely the best corner in the draft. And 6 is not a reach for him. But what you gave up to get rid of your corners, and then what you gave up to move up just to draft a corner, jeez Louise, was it worth it at that point? McDuffie was in the building. Let him go, you know? I just, if I was the Chiefs, I just didn't like that. I just didn't make a lot of sense to move up to get him. He would have been there at 9. If he wouldn't have been there at 9, oh well, you could have got somebody else. Here comes the commissioner. With the 8th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Jordan Tyson, wide receiver. Oh, no, Eli. You lose out on another wide receiver, bud. Oh, say it ain't so, man. Are you ever going to get a wide receiver, dude? I can't believe the Saints went with Jordan Tyson. I can't believe it. They already had like a couple good receivers there. And they needed help with the D line, the O line. a whole bunch of positions. They went with Jordan Tyson. You know, at this point, I know he's the third best receiver in the draft, and I had him going to the Rams at 12. But honestly, at this point, your Browns just need to pick Makai Lemon. Make sure you get a fucking bona fide receiver, okay, of some kind here. Pick Makai Lemon. Plus, I want you to shit on the Rams parade, please. But the pick is in for the Browns, by the way. But it's going to be a little bit before they get to the podium because Jordan Tyson's crying. He's so happy he's going to the Saints instead of the Browns. He's on one knee crying. Oh, he just fucking spit and snotted everywhere. Jesus. They caught that on camera. An emotional moment for the young man. Oh, yeah, he actually, out of all of them, he's the most emotional so far. He's beside himself. Yeah, he's really soaking it in. Man, he's just so fucking happy he don't have to play for the Browns. I don't know who'd you have to play for. Saints or the Browns. I said the Saints are at least in an easy division. Okay, Doodles, I don't need the blanket on me anymore. It's freaking hot in here. Come here. Hold on. Calm down. Calm down. I don't need no goddamn blanket on me. All right. I know you like it. Here you go. All right. Good girl. There you go. Got a blanket. Man, he freaking snotted all over the place, dude. That was gross. It's freaking hot in here, dude. It's hot and humid in here, man. I'm about to turn the air conditioner on. Yeah, if I'm the Browns, just pick Makai Lemon. For the love of God, get a receiver. Get a receiver. Even if he's the third best receiver in the draft, the Browns need a receiver. Out of everybody in the draft that needs a position, the single position group for a single team that needs the most help is the Browns at receiver. And so if I'm them, I'm reaching for Makai Lemon. I don't even care. I don't even care. All right, here we go. With the 9th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select they select Spencer Fano. Why? Whoa! They're fucking idiots! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Why did they pick Spencer Fano? Oh, man. No, you don't understand. You don't understand how bad this is. This is a reach, man. I had Spencer Fano going like 10 picks from now. They went with Spencer Fano, an offensive tackle. He's not even the best offensive tackle in the draft. He's like the third or fourth best offensive tackle. Oh, Jesus, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. The Giants pick is in. I don't know. I'm going to say they go with that offensive tackle from Miami. That envelope came in there quick. With the 10th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select, Francis Miawaga. Oh, the actual best offensive tackle in the draft, like I've been saying. Yeah, the as soon as the Browns pick was done, in the fastest I've ever seen possible, the Giants handed it in an envelope. And they're like, oh, we want this guy. They knew right away. They knew right away, right then and there. They're like, the Browns fucked up. Oh, man. I would say so far the Chiefs fucked up a lot and the Browns fucked up. Oh, man. Well, the Miami Dolphins, they're on the clock. They just traded their pick to the Cowboys. Oh, whoa, buddy. I told you the Cowboys were looking to move up, and they have. The Cowboys are now the 11th pick in the draft. And I got a pretty good idea who they're going to pick, by the way. By the way, Dallas has the 11th pick and the 12th pick. So they're going to go back to back. And I think they're taking Caleb Downs. I think they're going to take Caleb Downs, the safety from Ohio State. Yeah, so they're showing, by the way, they're showing some Miawaga highlights here. That's what I'm looking at. He reminds me of a Penei Sewell, like the offensive lineman from the Detroit Lions. So the Giants walked away with Arvell Reese, arguably the best pass rusher in the draft, and Francis Miawaga, arguably the best offensive tackle in the draft. The Giants have had the best draft so far. Of course, that's easy to say when you have two of the top 10 first picks. But now the Cowboys, the Cowboys traded. Oh my God, I just realized what the Cowboys did. The Cowboys traded to move up one spot. The Dolphins were picking 11. The Cowboys are picking 12. The Cowboys traded to move up a single spot. That is a pet peeve of mine in NFL drafts, is why would you ever trade to move up one spot. But that's what the Cowboys did. And I'm predicting they're going to pick Caleb Downs, the safety from Ohio State. So basically, the Dolphins, for trading one spot back, they're also going to receive the 177th and the 180th pick. Dude, awful. Awful trade by the Cowboys. Whoever the Dolphins were going to take at 11, just deal. You're there at 12. Why are you trading away picks like this? Dum-de-dum-dum-dum. Oh, boy. For what it's worth, I'll say this about back to the Browns with Spencer Fano. For what it's worth, Spencer Fano looks like he would be a Cleveland Browns offensive lineman, right? I don't think he's no Joe Thomas, but he'll be a good offensive lineman, okay? He'll be okay. But the Cowboys here, I bet they're looking to get the best safety in the draft. We've seen the best quarterback, running back, offensive lineman, pass rusher, the best corner, the best linebacker, all come off the board. Will we see the best safety come off the board now? And there is no argument who the best safety is. The best safety in all of football, of college football, was Caleb Downs. He will be a star safety in the league. The problem is the league doesn't really prioritize safety as much as they used to. The position's not valued as high. But what he does in that position is he is A+ in that position. Nothing's beating him over the top. The reason why safety is not as valuable as it used to be is safety. You used to have, like, sometimes you go too deep, sometimes you put one in the box, but they are far less important than corners. Obviously, when a safety messes up, though, you do have an easy touchdown scored. Okay? But corner gets a lot more of the action than safety. Okay? This isn't like 20, 25 years ago when you had your Troy Polamalu's and your Ed Reeds. A lot of those guys were getting the interceptions, the hits, all that stuff, right? Forced fumbles. But the NFL, they don't throw the ball as deep as they used to because of too deep shell coverage. And a lot of times those safeties are just kind of floating around out there, making sure everything's in front of them. So the game's changed, right? But for what it's worth, Caleb Downs is the best safety there is from college. But we'll see if that's what the Cowboys even pick. Yeah, the Dolphins receive both the Cowboys 2026 fifth-round picks. So they had 2 fifth-round picks. And all they do is move back a single spot. I think this was a W here for the Dolphins. Yeah, tonight's just the first round. With the 11th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Caleb Downs, safety, Ohio State. I knocked that out of the park, guys. I had that right. So I've got 5 out of the 11 picks. I've gotten dead on. Dead on. That's pretty impressive, actually, in a draft where so many moving parts happen. So this leaves the Dolphins now. And again, the Dolphins are another hard team to choose because obviously because of the Tua contract and them having $99 million in dead cap space, they have a lot of needs. I think they're going to go tight end, and I think they're going to get Kenyon Sadiq, the best tight end in college football from Oregon. That's my prediction. The pick is in, by the way. Eli says, when do you think PlayStation streams will be fixed? I don't know. The other day, I did it on computer for the first time because I was just going through a bunch of PlayStation Plus games. I'm gonna when I play Soros, I'm gonna try it. Okay, we're gonna try it again with Soros, and hopefully we won't have issues. Because as things are right now, when I do a gaming stream with the laptop facing the television, I really can't interact with chat very much at all. Like, because usually my phone doesn't have enough battery to be running the stream in the background so I can look at the chat in between. It just doesn't. Phone dies a lot, dies easily. So when I do a game stream, if I had the laptop facing the television, I don't really see the chat, and that sucks because I want to interact with the chat. It also sucks because the picture's not as good. I'm doing it for Nintendo streams, obviously, because I have no choice. But I would like the PlayStation streams to go back to TTS. Yeah, Saurus does come out very soon, actually. I forget about that. Yeah, I'll be looking at Saurus reviews soon when those drop. In fact, I have a list of high-profile gaming releases coming out. I'm going to go over soon, and a list of high-profile movies coming out. I'll go over them soon. We'll do that after the Dolphins make their pick, though. We're waiting on the commissioner to come to the mic. I don't know why the Cowboys thought they needed to move up one spot to get this guy. Do they really think the Dolphins were going to pick him? Did they really think the Dolphins at 11 were picking him? And if the Dolphins wanted him, wouldn't they just pick him instead of trading the pick? I mean, this doesn't make any sense to move up one spot. I never understood moving up one spot. 2 spots, yes, if you want to leapfrog a certain team. Dolphins were more than happy to move down. I should have known the Dolphins would have been the trading partner for the Cowboys but it's one spot, so I didn't think so. But the Dolphins are looking to move down because they need to field a fucking roster. They don't have anybody because they got that cap hit from cutting Tua, and they're taking their medicine this year. Believe it or not, the Dolphins have went the longest in the NFL without winning a playoff game. It's been since the year 2000 since the Dolphins have won a playoff game. With the 12th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Caden Proctor, offensive tackle, Alabama. All right, so they're going offensive tackle. I did say Sadiq at the tight end, but Proctor, offensive tackle, not a bad pick. Again, when I was doing my mock draft, I had Muyaga, then Proctor, then Fano. The Browns took Fano first, but I thought he was the third best tackle. Eli says he's going back to Final Fantasy 14 and might stream. Oh, cool. Cool. That'd be cool. All right, so this next one, it'll be the Rams. But first, I promised to give you guys the gaming release schedule. This is some high-profile games I'll go over the review scores on in the future. And obviously, more games will be added to this list as we go. Some of these games I will play, and I'll tell you what I'll play, too. So Sorrows comes out April 30th. I will be playing that and going over the review scores for that, too. Directive 8020. What's up, Targeted Andy? But Directive 8020 comes out May 12th. I'm buying and playing that and going over review scores for that. Forza Horizon 6 comes out May 19th. That game will come to PlayStation eventually. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book comes out May 21st. I'm not getting it. I'm sorry. There's nothing appealing about Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Yeah, you can let me know how it is, Eli. May 27th is 007 First Light. Big thumbs up with that one. I'm definitely buying that one. July 9th, Black Flag Resynced, getting that. July 23rd, Splatoon Raiders. Pass for me. I don't like Splatoon very much, but I'll go over the review scores. August 4th, Beast of Reincarnation. Got to go over review scores for that. August 6th, Marvel Token Fighting Souls. Got to go over review scores for that. September 8th is Halloween the Game. Thumbs up. I'll be getting that. September 15th is Marvel's Wolverine. And, of course, November 19th is GTA 6. I'll be getting both of those as well. Yeah. Yep. So the Rams pick is in, by the way. Yeah, that was another one I had to look at too. But the Rams pick is in. I've been saying this since the beginning. The Rams are probably going to take Mekhi Lemon here. Now, if you have just now tuning in, I have been dead on with 6 of the 12 draft picks so far. So we're hitting about 50% dead accurate. I try to shoot for at least 50% by the end of the first round, which is extremely hard to do because there's so many moving parts in the draft. But I am 6 for 12 so far. Quarterback Ty Simpson's in the green room. Yeah, I don't. You know what's messed up about that is Ty Simpson's sitting there. He may not go in the first round tonight. That'll be one of the biggest dramas of the night. Will be when the Jets hit 16. Will the Jets pick Ty Simpson? Will a team try to get ahead of the Jets to get Ty Simpson? Or will he fall towards the end of the first round and a team trade up to go get him there? Or will he drop totally out of the first round altogether? One of the big reasons why you don't want your quarterback to drop totally out of the first round is you want to be able to get that fifth-year option locked in case he's good. Or he's good but not great, where you sign the super extension, like big massive contract after year 3. So there's mock drafts that have Simpson going 16 to the Jets. There's mock drafts that have the Cardinals trading up to 15 ahead of the Jets to take him. And there's mock drafts that have the Cardinals moving back up into the first round, but later in the first round to take him. There's mock drafts where the Jets trade back, get more picks, and still draft Ty Simpson. But in all these mock drafts, a lot of them is either the Jets or the Cardinals taking him first or second round. With the latest I see him going is if the Jets don't take him in the second round with their second pick, then his absolute floor would be the third pick of the second round for the Cardinals. And if he falls below that, then I would, if I was him, I'd start getting concerned. First of all, he may be concerned anyway, because either way, he's probably going to the Jets or the Cardinals. And the Cardinals are probably the worst team in the NFC. And the Jets are the worst team in the AFC. So it's not really a bright future for the kid. And he needs some development. I don't think he's completely NFL ready right now. Now, Baltimore has the 14th pick. So the Rams have the 13th pick. Baltimore has the 14th pick. And Tampa has the 15th pick. So we'll have to see what happens. All right, they're taking a while on this. After the Rams pick, I'll go over the movie release schedule. Because there's definitely been some add-ons since we last spoke about that. So I have the Rams taking Mekhi Lemon, wide receiver from USC. The Rams are all in to go try to win a Super Bowl. They need a little bit more depth at the wide receiver, right underneath Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. You want someone there in case someone gets hurt. You want to have a third option there for Stafford. They're a pretty loaded roster as is. All right, come on. I don't like the Rams at all. I hope they make a stupid pick. With the what the actual fuck? The Rams just picked quarterback Ty Simpson. What did we just see? Whoa. What the actual fuck is happening? Huh. I just had an out-of-body experience, guys. How? Why do you... That is a stupid pick. You have Matthew Stafford, the MVP last year. They picked Ty Simpson. I am at a loss for words. In all the years I've ever watched the NFL draft, I am completely stunned. The Rams took quarterback Ty Simpson in the first round. Matthew Stafford just won the MVP. He looks like he's not even close to done. What is going on? No, Matthew Stafford's still at the top of his game, though, guy. Matthew Stafford could play another 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Remember, Tom Brady played till he's 45. Aaron Rodgers is almost 43. Stafford just had his best season. The Rams were supposed to be all in to try to win the Super Bowl. I just can't believe it. This is as shocking as a pick as you're ever going to see.
I am at a loss for words. In all the years I've ever watched the NFL draft, I am completely stunned. The Rams took quarterback Ty Simpson in the first round. Matthew Stafford just won the MVP. He looks like he's not even close to done. What is going on?
I can't believe what we just seen. I cannot believe it. I mean, okay, so here's the problem here. Okay. How long is this guy going to have to sit? Because you got to know after that third year if you're going to pay him a big deal or not. It worked out for Jordan Love to sit behind Rodgers. Did Stafford tell the team that this is his last year? Let me tell you something. Matthew Stafford ought to feel a certain kind of way about this. First of all, I think the Ravens are going to pick Sadiq, the tight end. They're about to select. But Stafford should feel a certain kind of way about this. They could have had Mekhi Lemon. Wow. Wow. If the Rams do not win a Super Bowl this season, we might remember this pick. This could have been a missed opportunity to have another playmaker on offense or defense. Instead, they drafted a quarterback in waiting. The Ravens now up there. The Baltimore Ravens select Uliagalva Inoue. Oh, that's the top guard in the draft. Inner guard. Okay, whatever. Not bad. We're going to get back in the Stafford thing here in a second, but real quick, we'll go over the movie release schedule. So, of course, Michael comes out tomorrow, the Michael Jackson movie. May 1st is Hokum. That's got currently a 97% of Rotten Tomatoes. I'm going to go see that next week. It's Adam Scott's in it, and it looks like a good horror movie. Mortal Kombat 2 comes out May 8th. Obsession comes out May 15th. That looks great. Passenger, May 22nd. I'm watching that over Mandalorian. May 29th, Backrooms. June 5th, Scary Movie 6. That's definitely one of my most anticipated movies. June 12th, Disclosure Day. June 19th, Toy Story 5. June 26th, Jackass Best and Last. July 31st, Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'll be checking that out. It's pretty quiet in July till the end of the month. And August is packed just like May and June with Ice Cream Man August 7th. The end of Oak Street, August 14th. Insidious, Out of the Further, August 21st. And Coyote versus Acme, August 28th. We also have a few later releases we know about. Street Fighter comes out October 16th. And December 4th is Violent Night 2. Yes, I'll be watching Spider-Man 2, Eli. I'm going to really give this newer trilogy a shot. But we're packed up in May. we're packed up in June and we're packed up in August for movies. July really clears out. There's really nothing going on for me in July. And I think it's too early to know much after September. By the way, the Bucks are on the clock. The pick is in for the Bucks. I keep saying Sadiq. I'm stuck now on a player, wanting to get him off my... Actually, Ruben Bain is still available. I just realized Ruben Bain is still available. So the Bucks are taking Ruben Bain. That's my prediction right here. I did not realize Ruben Bain would still be available at 15 for the Bucks. That's crazy. I forgot about Ruben Bain even existing. So much crazy shit's gone on. Now, I want you to consider this for the Rams. Taking Ty Simpson. The Rams might have been thinking super long-term here. They draft Ty Simpson and they make sure the Cardinals can't have him. So by drafting Ty Simpson, the Cardinals can't have him. I don't know. I'm trying to justify it here. I can't justify this. Like, okay, I'll say this. When Brady was 43 and won the Bucks a Super Bowl, they did draft a quarterback. They drafted Kyle Trask. He turned out to be a nothing and nobody, never really played. But they drafted him in the second round, at the very least. I didn't love it then, and I don't love this now. First of all, it's disappointing because we're not going to see Ty Simpson play for a while. Okay? Now, this is actually good for Ty Simpson's career, though. Like, for Ty Simpson, this is good because Ty Simpson gets to learn the McVay offense. He gets to sit behind Stafford. Long-term, this is like a little more long-term thinking than the Rams usually have been lately. But I just think that, hey, they're already one of the Super Bowl favorites. Why not get another impact player for this season? Go all in. Try to get to the Super Bowl this year in LA like you did 5 years ago. They're still doing that, but now they're going to be missing a player. And I think that player could have been Mekhi Lemon. So, by the way, if Mekhi Lemon does drop to 16, the Jets should take him. But we're waiting on the Bucks pick. But we got to ask, who's the other quarterbacks in this draft? On a second, I got a voice message here.
If you want me to respond to you, you're going to have to send text. I can't hear in that bar. If you want me to respond...
All right. So let's see what the Bucks do. Jesus. With the 15th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Oh, I was right. Ruben Bain. The Bucks select Ruben Bain Jr. All right, so let's keep focused on this. I have gotten 7 picks correct tonight. That's a steal. Ruben Bain at 15 is a steal for the Bucks. I originally had him going to the Saints at 8. What a steal. And see, maybe the Rams should have picked Ruben Bain. Is a steal. Okay, so the Jets pick the Jets. I think the Jets are going to pick Mekhi Lemon. They could go Sadiq. They need offense. I'm going to say Lemon. I'm going to say Mekhi Lemon here. Be opposite Garrett Wilson. That actually would be a pretty decent 1-2 punch for receivers. Again, I'm burnt out on picking Sadiq at tight end, so we'll give Lemon a shot here. Yeah, Ruben Bain going to 15. That he dropped way further than most people had him. Way further. And I'm sorry, I can't get over the Ty Simpson to the Rams thing. That's just fucking wild. Stafford should feel a certain way about that. Yeah, Patriots. I don't know, man. This is what happens when you get to the Super Bowl. You pick 31. So what else we got for quarterbacks, though? There won't be any more quarterbacks taken tonight. I'll tell you that right now. Oh God, I gotta respond to this, man. This is crazy. Hold on. All right, I'm just substantiating some rumors here. Jesus. Okay. All right, I'm gonna say the Jets take Mekhi Lemon. Let's see. With the 16th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Kenyon Sadiq, tight end, Oregon. Fudge! I just got off of him and went to the receiver, and then they decided to pick the tight end anyway. Great. Goody good. Awesome. Sweet, right? Well, good luck, kid. You're going to the Jets. I mean, the Jets got some good draft picks this first round. I'm not going to lie to you. The Lions pick is in. Man, honestly, I couldn't tell you who the Lions should go for. Seriously. Oh. All right, come on. Damn it. No. I think the Lions are going to take Monroe Freeling, offensive tackle. No, take that back. They're going to take Dylan Feynman, safety from Oregon. They need more help on defense than offense. He's the second best safety. Because if the Lions were going to go O-line, they might go guard to reinforce the interior, but they're fine on the tackles. So, as far as the other quarterbacks in this draft that won't be in the first round, you have Garrett Nussmeier from LSU. You got Carson Beck from Miami. Drew Aller from Penn State. Kate Klubnik. Yeah, the Rams could have drafted. Yeah, the Rams could have drafted a guy in the second round. Or later. Like Drew Aller, who has Josh Allen like talent, but he's raw. Or if Simpson wasn't there by pick mid-40s. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I can't justify. I can't. I can't justify it. All right, so we'll get ready to announce the Lions pick. And after this pick, we will go over the scores from the hockey and NBA playoffs and get you updated on that. Come here, Duty. Come here, dude. Come here. What? Good girl. You. They're doing a Make-A-Wish thing for the Lions first-round draft pick. That's what's taking so long. God, are we 2 hours into this and we're only halfway through the picks? Speed this along a little bit. I'd like to go to bed sometime tonight. With the 17th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Blake Miller, tackle, Clemson. So they did go tackle after all. I don't know. I think the Lions were okay on their offensive line. That's just Dan Campbell for you. That's just Dan Campbell for you. Okay, so dead ass here. The Vikings are next. And let me tell you something. They should feel blessed right now. The Vikings should feel happy. Yeah, the Browns need a lot, Eli, but they still need receiver the most. There's no position in the league for any particular team in the league that needed more help than Browns at receiver. Name me one Browns receiver. Yeah. So here's the thing. The Vikings are up next. The pick is in. The Vikings ought to feel really good right now. They can get Makai Lemon. Makai Lemon has fallen into their lap at receiver. This could give Kyler Murray, Justin Jefferson, and Makai Lemon to throw to. That could be a scary offense. Because they're mostly solid in their defense. With the 18th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Caleb Banks, defensive tackle, Florida. There hasn't been a lot of defensive tackles picked yet. Hey, he might be the first or the second defensive tackle pick. But Minnesota doubling down on that defense. Okay. All righty. Makai Lemon still not drafted. Dude, I bet I've whiffed on Makai Lemon more than anybody else tonight, thinking, oh, he's got to go off the board now. We're moving along a little faster now because the Panthers pick is already in. And I think the Panthers, I had in my original mock draft, I had them taking Freeling, the offensive tackle from Georgia, and I'm sticking with that. We do have Dallas coming up at 20. And they've already had a first-round pick. And we do have the Steelers coming up at 21. But the Panthers pick is in. They're on a commercial. The pick's in, but we're going to commercial. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. By the way, I don't have any plans to do the other rounds, just the first round. Tomorrow night, I'm going to go see the Michael movie in theaters, so there probably won't be no stream tomorrow. I'm unsure if there'll be a stream Saturday. There will be a video that comes out tomorrow. Tomorrow, I got a video about the quartering again. He had another meltdown on Twitter, and there's a bunch of DMs leaked, and a bunch of bullshit happened. So there'll be a video about the quartering tomorrow. You know what's crazy? The Cowboys could actually, if they really wanted to, if the Panthers don't take him, the Cowboys could grab Dylan Thiemann, which means they could draft both the best safeties in this draft if they really wanted to. That would be kind of silly, but it's possible. I'm pretty sure Dallas will go pass rusher at 20, but I'm not sure which one yet. But no, I've had the Panthers taking Monroe feelings since the beginning. So when they get back from commercial, I'll have to see if that's what they do. So yeah, obviously the big headline here is the Rams took Ty Simpson. I don't get it. They could have drafted Garrett Nussmeier or Drew Aller late in later rounds if they wanted a successor to Stafford. Or hell, maybe Ty Simpson would have been there in the mid-second round for him if they got really lucky. Or even they could have traded back in the first round and took him. Traded 2 spots back with Tampa. Maybe got a late round pick. Get something. I don't know. I feel like that's a necessary controversy for the Rams. But it is what I wanted, though. I wanted the Rams to make a stupid pick to tank their season in some way because I don't like him. So could backfire on me because who knows? Ty Simpson could be really good. Then the Rams are set up for a decade, right? All right. So, by the way, we do have a trade, but we'll talk about that in a second. The Carolina Panthers, with the 19th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Monroe Freeling. Yes. There we go. I'm 8 out of 19. Got that one dead on. Dead ass. Well, we have an interesting story. The Dallas Cowboys, who have the 20th pick, have traded it away to their arch rival, the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll have to see what the specifics are in this trade. Oh, we got the specifics. So Dallas is getting the 23rd, the 114, and the 137 pick, and the Eagles get the 20 pick. Again, I love trading down. I feel like you get more shit for trading down. And so I thought the Cowboys made a dumb trade earlier, and they've made up for it by making this trade. Now the Eagles look dumb. But I'm not sure why the Eagles are trading up for. Who are the Eagles trading up for, guys? I think I have the answer. If the Eagles draft Makai Lemon, then you know then you know that A.J. Brown is getting traded from Philly. I'm predicting it right now. Eagles select Mekhi Lemon. With the 20th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Mekhi Lemon. Yes! Yes! Not only is that number 9 right out of 20, but guys, A.J. Brown's going to get traded. A.J. Brown getting traded to the Patriots tonight. Watch and see. Watch and see. The Eagles traded up to the Cowboys spot, and they drafted a receiver, Mekhi Lemon. Remember, they already have Devontae Smith there, and they have A.J. Brown. This is a good indicator here that the Eagles are about to trade A.J. Brown to the Patriots. It's going down tonight. It's going to happen. Why would the Eagles draft this receiver? Why would they draft him unless they're moving off of A.J. Brown? Jalen Hurts can't throw the football that great anyway. Why does he need 3 good receivers? Let's be honest. I mean, look, bottom line is I know Jalen Hurts won a Super Bowl, but if they did keep A.J. Brown, you got A.J. Brown, you got Mekhi Lemon, and you got Devontae Smith. You better keep them all happy with the ball. That means you're going to be throwing the ball a lot more. That's a lot of talent for wide receiver. And they got a good tight end. They got a good running back. That's a good offense. Jalen Hurts better do way better than he did last year. Schefter says, by trading up for Lemon, Eagles land more insurance for June's expected A.J. Brown trade in New England. So the rumor is that the A.J. Brown trade, and because of cap reasons, it won't happen before the draft, so the Patriots will be able to do all their draft picks anyway. But the rumor is in June, the Eagles are trading A.J. Brown to the Patriots, that it's already a handshake deal. So that's why this happened. All right, the Steelers pick is in. I think they're going to pick I think they're going receiver, by the way. The Steelers. I think they're going Omar Cooper Jr. No, I take that back. I think they're going to go offensive tackle from Arizona State. The Eisen, I can't even say his name. But I think you want to protect Aaron Rodgers. So I think they'll go offensive tackle from Arizona State. I can't even say his last name. And they are in Pittsburgh. This is the Steelers' hometown here. And so this crowd's going wild here waiting for this pick. The Steelers pick. We know Eli here in the chat, big Steelers fan, huh? Wipe those towels. Oh, they're making it so like they're freaking singing a song and shit for the Steelers pick. They're playing the song Renegade. I don't know. I still think it's weird they have this big ass crowd for the draft. I remember the draft for the longest time, especially when I was growing up. It was always in New York, and it was always like in a little conference room. Well, it wasn't that little, but still, it was in a conference room with a very few fans there. There's some usually Jets fans there. Always the Jets fans. And the reason why is the Jets always had bad records. They were always getting high picks, and they were always in New York, so there was always Jets fans there. Okay. They're getting ready to read the pick. The Pittsburgh Steelers. They're still waiting. Remember, I think they're going with Max Ienker, the offensive tackle from Arizona State. Let's see. All right, come on. And now it's time to announce the pick. With the 21st pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Max Ienker, offensive tackle, Arizona State. Got it again. Yes. So what am I? That makes me 10 out of 21, I believe. Try to hit that 50% mark. Chargers will be on the clock. They need a guard. They gotta go O-line too. They gotta go O-line too, don't they? Guard at least. Let's see. Who's next on my guard list? Oh man, I don't know. I don't see a freaking guard on here. Go tackle. Mm. Nah. Okay, guard. I see him taking Caleb Lamu. Caleb Lamu. He's the tackle, though. I don't know. I feel like the Chargers' biggest need was O-line. Now, granted, the O-line was hurt. And I don't think this is a great spot for O-line. I think there's better players on the board. If I were the Chargers, I would have tried to trade this pick down. Caleb Lamu is my prediction here. We're 10 of 21 tonight so far. With the 22nd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Akeem Mizador, edge rusher from Miami. All right. Can never have enough pass rush. I don't hate the pick. That's fine. So we're 10 of 22 now. And Dallas is up. And I think Dallas already addressed the secondary. Okay. Obviously, offense, they've been productive as hell with Dak and with their receivers. I feel like you're still going on defense here. And if you're going on defense, I think you go pass rusher. Now, I originally had Zion Young going to the Chiefs with the 29th pick, but his stock kept rising. I think the Cowboys are going to pick Zion Young. And by the way, the Browns are after the Cowboys at 24. So the Browns have a second first-round pick. They're 24 after the Cowboys pick. So stay tuned there. And they went to commercial break. Shit. I know Dylan Feynman has got to go off the board at some point. Cowboys don't need a second safety, though. They certainly don't need a wide receiver in Denzel Boston. Zion Young makes sense, man. But there's also Kendrick Falk sitting out there as an edge rusher, too. Well. This chick says she's compassionate and sober and she loves it. You don't have to be as long as you have mutual respect for it. I'm big on communication and I'm old school, so if you want to make a move, it's on you. Not looking for casual hookups. I want to date first. I don't want any weird energy around me. Keep it to yourself. I'm a Scorpio. Nothing gets past me. I have lived a lot of life and seen just about everything. In other words, she's taken a lot of dick. All right. Eli says, I love Twilight Princess, but I can't finish because I love Twilight Princess, but I can't finish because I've seen the whole game. Oh, so because you've seen it, you don't want to play through it now? So I got Zion Young going here for the Cowboys. With the 23rd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Malachi Lawrence, edge rusher, UCF. I was right about the position, but I was wrong about the player. I didn't even have Malachi Lawrence as a first-round pick. Like, there's Zion Young. There was that kid from Auburn. I don't know. I didn't have Malachi Lawrence in the first round. I think this is a reach. He's 6'4", 253 pounds. They think they're getting a Micah Parsons 2.0. You're going to continue Final Fantasy VII? The remake or the original? By the way, your Browns are on the clock. They better pick a receiver. Omar Cooper Jr. Omar Cooper Jr. Draft a receiver. Get something out there. Shadir's got to throw it to somebody. They already addressed the O-line. If this is not a receiver, I bet I lost for words, bud. I don't think me and you are running out there anytime soon to catch passes. I get destroyed by the defense. Yeah. The pick is in. We're just going to wait on the commissioner to get up there. Jeez. It might be raining out there. You got this chick here saying vulnerability management something ENG. She's into ghost monsters and the paranormal. She loves rodeos and wants to pet a bull. She's mouthy and opinionated, a bit rough around the edges, but mostly cleans up well. I'm a left-leaning moderate who thinks political parties are a cause of a lot of the issues. I crochet and do a lot of other crafty things. I'm fluffy around the middle and happy with myself. If you're a cattle contractor, ancient curse spirit, or basket-weaving jungle explorer, let's grab coffee. Why? Are you kidding me? Waiting on the Browns. Pick is in. All right, here comes Goodell, finally. With the 24th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Casey Concepcion, wide receiver, Texas A&M. So, okay, it's not my fourth receiver on the board, but it is the fifth receiver I had on the board. I didn't have him in the first round. I had him early second round. But Casey Concepcion, he's a good receiver. He was a productive receiver in college. He's 5'11", so he's a little on the shorter side, which is my concern with him. But he's fast. And he catches good in contested catches. His flaw is he drops the ball a little bit too much. Yeah, he drops the ball a little. He's a playmaker. When the ball's in his hands, he makes plays, and that's what the Browns needed. He does have a little bit of a dropping problem, which is why he wasn't higher on the board. And I'm not going to say he's like Tyreek Hill fast. He's fast, but he's not no Xavier Worthy, Tyreek Hill sort of speed. But at least the Browns got somebody to play receiver. So your Browns address the offensive line. They draft the receivers. They didn't pick the players I would have picked, but they still picked what they needed to pick. So, and they traded down and got more picks. So overall, your Browns did fine. B-. The Bears pick is in. Now, this is where I think the Bears are looking at Dylan Thiemann and wondering, how the fuck did we get so lucky that Dylan Thiemann has dropped all the way this far, down to 25, to bolster that defense? That defense was one of the reasons the Bears didn't get further along than they did. They were good at getting takeaways, but they gave up a ton of yards. And those takeaways, they won't happen quite like that year over year. So I think the Bears need to focus on getting Dylan Thiemann. He's the best player on the board right now. He's the best safety on the board. Go grab him. And we're on yet another commercial break. Surprise of nobody. Just a commercial. Yeah, he's your height, Eli. The Bears pick is in. We're just waiting for the commercial to be over. Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, yeah. We're going to look up hockey and NBA scores real quick. Keep forgetting to do that. So, okay. My Bruins lost 3-1 today, so they're trailing 2-1 in that hockey series. Don't love that. Avalanche currently lead the Kings 1-0 and lead the series 2-0, period 1. Hurricanes beat the Senators 2-1 to take a 3-0 lead in that series. All right, we'll do the NBA ones after this pick gets announced. With the 25th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Dylan Theinman, safety, Oregon. I called that one. So that would be 11 out of 25, I believe. So, yeah, no surprise. All right, so NBA news. Boy, is it getting good. The Atlanta Hawks beat the New York Knicks 109-108 to take a 2-1 series lead over the Knicks. Dang. The Raptors are up 124-101 over the Cavs. Looks like that game's over, about 50 seconds left. So the Cavs will still lead the series 2-1, though, even though the Raptors win tonight. And right now, Eli, good news for you. The Timberwolves are leading the Nuggets 43-25, 6:40 to go in the second quarter. Series is tied 1-1. Timberwolves looking to go up 2-1 if they could hold on to the lead. So that'll do it. Buffalo's on the clock. And at this point, I'm thinking the Bills. Oh, the Bills have traded the pick. The Bills have traded the pick to the Houston Texans. The Texans get the number 26 and 91 pick from the Bills. The Bills get pick number 28, 69, and 167. Dang, what is going on? What do the Texans want? Oh, you forgot you need to turn that game on? Yeah, T-Wolves are up right now. The pick is in for the Texans. I mean, maybe this is the time that Omar Cooper Jr. gets drafted. No, they need an O-line guy. What are we talking about? They got to protect C.J. Stroud. Caleb Lamu's on the board there. I'm thinking that's the pick for the Texans. Is Caleb Lamu. I think the Bills might be interested in a few of those pass rushers. Little man. He's a tiny dog. The pick is in for the Texans. Already said who I think they're going to pick. I think they're going with Jordan Lawmu, the offensive tackle, and they moved up to go ahead of San Francisco to get this pick in. Let's see if I'm right. I'm 11 of 25 tonight. I need to run this table. I want at least 16 out of 32. With the 2026 NFL Draft, the 26th pick, the Houston Texans select Keelan Rutledge, guard, Georgia Tech. All right, they went again. I'm right on the position. If I just guessed the position, I would have 3/4 of these. I'm right on the position. It's offensive line. It's not tackle though. It's guard. But they didn't pick the guy I would have picked. So yeah, this will help CJ Stroud. This will help the offensive line. I'm not sure why they traded up for that. All right, this is shocking. The San Francisco 49ers traded their pick away to the Miami Dolphins. I don't know why the Dolphins have moved up. But the 49ers get pick number 30 and 90. So the Dolphins give up 27. Look, there's still a I'm thinking the Dolphins moved up here to get a receiver. They have Jalen Waddle, but they need somebody else opposite of him. Tyreek Hill won't be back. So I'm going to say they go with that Devin Boston or whatever from Washington at receiver. We'll have to see. All right, you guys got to go potty? You got to go outside? That dog looks big. No. All right. Be back in a sec. I got to let these dogs out. Shit. Little body. All right. Even though it's storming its butt off out there, you sure you're going to go? The Dolphins pick is in, but they're on commercial right now. No, fucking cat. He's always getting under my feet and wanting to trip me. Dumbass. You gotta have food. right. You want more? Eat me out of house and home. Come on. Little man. Little man, turn around. Now it's throwing its ass off out there. Chris Johnson is the selection for the Dolphins. Cornerback from San Diego State. Again, as we get further in this draft, I'm missing on more picks because it's just harder to know what teams are going to do as you go on. The Bills' pick is already in at 28. If they don't take Zion Young, I'm sure the Chiefs will. I'm sure the Bills are taking pass rush. I'm going to say they take Kendrick Folk from Auburn. Oh! The Bills traded their pick to the Patriots. The Patriots have moved up. The Patriots and Bills, unlikely trading partners. The Bills traded down twice with this pick already. I think we're taking Kendrick Folk. I think we're taking Kendrick Folk. I don't know what the Bills are doing. They must be wanting to stockpile picks and add depth. Come here, Doodle. With the 28th pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Caleb Lamu, tackle from Utah. I don't hate the pick. They either needed offensive line or they needed pass rush. And if you watch the Super Bowl, they needed offensive line. They traded the Bills basically their 31st pick and the 125th pick, move up to 28 to get Caleb Lamu. I think it's a good deal. Caleb Lamu probably wouldn't have been there at 31 because San Francisco probably would have picked him at 30. Is this an indictment on Will Campbell? Was Will Campbell a bust? So the Chiefs pick is in. I'm predicting they're going to pick Zion Young, the edge rusher from Missouri. You didn't even know that the Timberwolves are playing tonight. Yeah, I wish I brought that up earlier, but yeah. No, the Chiefs could go with the pass rusher, either the Falk or Young, or they could go with Boston, the receiver. Personally, I think they're going to go with the pass rusher. They do need pass rush. Chris Jones can't do it by himself. They need an edge. I think Zion Young makes their offense better, or their defense better. So we've got a few more picks left, guys. We're hitting the 3-hour mark. Hey, look who it is. You see this? Look who it is. It's the cat. He is a one fat cat. You think you're causing me? Stop digging. Stop digging or I'm booting you out. Fucking cat! Dogs are eating. Come here. Wait, you want up too? Hold on. Let me get. Never mind. Yeah, there's only going to be 2 quarterbacks in this first round, that's for sure. All right. The pick is in for the Chiefs. Here comes the commissioner. Zion Young is my prediction. We've hit on about 11 of them exactly, which is a pretty good number. The pick is in. With the 29th pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select What? They select Peter. Quiet. They selected Peter Woods, defensive tackle. Guys, this is a horrible pick. Horrible. This guy wasn't projected to be picked for a long time. They're high. They're high. They don't. The defensive tackle. That's Chris Jones's position. Oh, we have a trade, by the way. The Niners just traded the 30th pick to the Jets, and the Niners will get the 33rd pick and the 179 pick. The Niners already traded back once. They're stockpiling. The Jets will actually be the only team this year to have 3 picks now in the first round. I just told my buddy, I go, why did the Chiefs pick a defensive tackle that was projected mid-second rounder over an edge rusher that fell into their lap? Wow. That's brutal. Scooter must be mad. I don't think Scooter even pays attention. Well, the Jets pick her in. The Jets aggressive getting first-round picks like crazy tonight. With the 30th pick in the NFL draft, the New York Jets select Omar Cooper Jr., wide receiver. Gaming Co-Pilot on PC. By the way, the Jets, I got to give it up to the Jets a little bit here for this draft. Okay. They drafted David Bailey, the guy I said they should draft with their second pick. The 16th pick, they took the best tight end in the draft, Sadiq. Now they grabbed the receiver anyway, late first-round receiver. By the way, this was Mendoza's best receiver. He was Mendoza's receiver, like top receiver in college. The Jets, I can't believe these words are coming out of my mouth. The Jets won the draft. The Jets won the draft. They're the only team that picked 3 first-round picks. And they nailed all 3. And if they suck this year, if Geno's not good, then they're already setting up the quarterback of the future that they do pick next year to have some talent surrounding him. By the way, Bills are on the clock. Like, basically, what is going on? The Buffalo Bills just traded their pick again. They traded down to the Tennessee Titans. They traded that pick down 3 times. I've never seen one pick traded down 3 times before. That's freaking wild. The Bills, I don't know what the Bills are doing. Do they have massive holes on their team that they just got to fill out a 53-man roster and just have a bunch of backups? Because honestly, don't seem like they care about picking in this round. All right, now that the Titans are picking, who do the Titans need? Who could they use? I'm thinking Colton Hood, corner. Colton Hood. All right, here we go. Second to last pick of the night. With the 31st pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Keldrick Falk, defensive end, Auburn. All right, so got a pass rusher. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, here's what's also interesting about the Jets and why they're set up for 2027. The Jets did 3 first-round picks this year. They have 3 first-round picks next year. And if these picks hit and next year picks hit, the Jets could actually turn this shit around. Which makes me sick. I don't like the Jets. So, of course, one of those 6 picks probably needs to be a quarterback. So next year they're getting a quarterback. Suffer through this year, Gino. Next year, get your QB. So 49ers will pick first in the second round, but the last pick tonight's coming. That's going to be the Seattle Seahawks, defending Super Bowl champions. And you know what? I think the Seahawks they lost their running back in free agency. They still have the other one. I think the Seahawks are going to draft a running back here. I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to draft Pierce from Notre Dame. I know it's crazy because Jeremiah Love also came from Notre Dame, but Notre Dame had a couple good running backs. So I'm thinking they're going to go with the running back, Pierce. Come here, dude. We're just waiting on this last pick. Jadarian Price is the name of the running back. Jadarian Price, I think, is who the Seahawks are going to go with to replace Kenneth Walker. They have Zach Charbonnet, but you want to have a two running back system, obviously, if you can. I guess it does last 3 hours. Sometimes you think the draft lasted 4 hours, but I think a couple of these picks went a little bit quicker than they have in years past. Hey, this is for you, Seattle. There you go. Take that. That's for the Seahawks. Come on. I mean, they could go Colton Hood. I mean, the defense was the best scoring defense in the league last year. There isn't much improvement there. I mean, of course, defenses shift year to year easier than offenses. That's why I think the Seahawks will actually miss the playoffs this year and slip out. I do. Because I'm thinking Niners, Rams, Lions, Bears, Packers. Whoever wins the East, whoever wins the South. No, last pick right now. Seahawks are making the last pick of the first round. I'm predicting Jadavion Pierce, running back. And with the 32nd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Jadarian Price. Like I said, we got what, 13 out of 32 dead on? The Seahawks answered their running back issue after losing Kenneth Walker. All right. That's it, guys. That will conclude our coverage of the NFL Draft. Be expecting a sports stream sometime maybe this weekend. Gameplay streams later in the week. Soros is coming soon. Videos coming out daily. Shorts coming out daily if YouTube don't stop me. So, if there's any big news that comes out of the draft, I'll let y'all know. But that's going to conclude my coverage of the draft. Thank you for being here. Please remember to hit the like button on your way out. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more. There's a ton of content that we do here. So this is RJ signing out. Eli, thank you for being in the audience most of the time. I really appreciate you. You made this fun. You made it worthwhile. You have a good night, sir. The last pick was Jadarian Price, like I predicted. The running back for this from Notre Dame going to the Seahawks. So Seahawks answered the running back question. So, all right. Peace.